Was it your intent the whole time you were taking the girls out there that you were going to do that to them?
None of this makes sense. That's why I know you guys keep asking these questions, because it doesn't make sense to me.
You could have done it before you guys left.
I don't.
And not had him, alive in the backseat. They could have been with Shanann in the backseat.
I don't know, why it happened. Why I left everything out there in the field and why, all this stuff. None of this makes sense.
So you've been told how it happened in the house and then at the site. What else did you learn from the tape?
I think the hardest part, knowing our granddaughter watched her sister die and then begged for her life. Yeah, I don't know how much worse than you can hear.
So you say it could be even worse. What could be worse?
Jamming their bodies in the 8-inch hole, I couldn't. I mean, Dr. Phil, what could be worse? I just pray to God in heaven that they were literally dead. I don't even think their bodies were cold enough to get in the oil. I think they were still warm. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Sometimes I think, how could he seriously think he'd get away with it? And the only thing I kept thinking was, as a mom, is did he always play like he was always a good boy and then had a dark side? I don't think he snapped, because didn't he call everybody the day before at his job and tell them, don't go to that site, I got it?
And how cool he was right after when the cops came. He had nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't look sad, worried.
Gave
nothing.
3 interviews willingly when I told him I wouldn't do that if I were you, but hey,
When he first came into your life and came into Shanann's life, he wasn't a problem. At that point,
no, he was amazing.
this was a positive
Regular old
thing.
guy, yeah. He's a good dude.
You liked him, you thought he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Was he hiding all of this at the time, or did something happen to change him across time?
I think him cheating is what changed his whole mind. I think that's what turned everything. Someone got into his head, manipulated him, and told him that, hey, I don't want a guy that's already got kids and a wife. I want to start fresh with someone that doesn't have all this, and I think got through his head. And
Well, maybe it was, like you said, Frankie, about the sex, but also, 4 or 5 times a day with her, and
besides the fact
looking up porn and
besides the fact, I think
Googling
he
my
just-
daughter before
he
she
wanted
died.
a new life.
But you get a divorce, right?
He wanted a new life. He didn't want all that.
So he wanted a new life, so he took away your life.
Yeah.
And his
He's selfish.
family's life.
Very
Yes.
selfish.
Yeah.
Was there a time before this that you recognized that Shanann was in danger?
Never. When she was in North Carolina visiting, we noticed he was being real cold. I mean,
But still, never would have thought.
but
he'd-
never,
he'd-
he was too nice of a guy to just do all that damage.
When she went missing, we still didn't think he did that until we saw the interview. It was like,
When you saw the interview of him standing in the driveway, and
I wanted to fly there immediately.
that triggered you.
Oh, yeah, live.
You saw what I
Them laughing
said
and
about.
giggling
You
and-
saw what I said about that interview with Duping Delight and all of that. Well, I mean, to me, that
keeping his arms crossed, and
Yeah.
swaying. And
it was pretty clear to me that he had done something horrible at that point. You knew right then.
I
You
knew
when you
that
saw
morning.
Well, once we knew that all the doors were locked from the inside out, the only way in or out was the garage. Then it started, but we still didn't think that he would do something like that. We thought maybe he'd put him somewhere, and we had, that was the last thing that ran
I
through our
called
mind, that's for
17
sure.
times that morning. I called everybody, the school, Chris, my daughter, the neighbor, called everybody.
Was there any time that you believed him?
No,
Not at all.
Never.
never believed him.
The first time you talked to him?
Because
you
we
believed-
found out he backed the truck up.
As soon as I found out he backed his truck up into the driveway, I knew